What's up YouTube, it's your boy RJ and I'm back with another video for y'all. Now I am going to be breaking down the problems I had with Infinity War. Looking back on Infinity War, which came out, I would say in April, so it came out a good bit a while ago now, and this is basically I'm looking back now after watching it, you know, and seeing, basically I did go through some problems I had with it in my review way back, but I'm gonna basically be going through some more problems that I noticed all these months later, you feel me? Now I still stand by giving it an A. I definitely think it is an A movie, you feel me, and it's in my top 5 Marvel movies, but I do have problems with Infinity War, bruh. Now I'm just gonna be getting to it, and I'm gonna try to make this, you know, quick as possible. These are all the problems I came up with off the top of my head. I may have more, but so far I got about 10 to 11 problems. So the number one problem I had with Infinity War is how depowered the Black Order was. I hated that, bruh. Ebony Maw, he still got his shine, you feel me? But the fact that the way they eliminated him was some bull crap and was disrespectful. But I hate how they depowered the Black Order. The Black Order should have been the Black Order that the Avengers couldn't even mess with. The Black Order, maybe the powerful ones. Like the Black Order, you get the powerful Avengers to beat the Black Order. Like Captain America and Black Widow, they should have not been, and I'm gonna get to this in my second point, but they should have not been throwing hands with Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight. No, Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive should have served them up. They should have beat their ass, you feel me? Freaking who was the big guy that got eliminated early? He got his shine a little bit in, but then the way they eliminated him was some bull crap. And like I said, Ebony Maw, he got his shine in a little bit, but they eliminated him disrespectfully, you feel me? So the Black Order was severely depowered in here, and I was wildly disappointed by them. Ebony Maw, I still hold out hope for him. You know, he did his thing, he did alright, but I'm still overall disappointed how they depowered the Black Order, bruh. So that was a huge problem for me. The second problem I had was the power scaling. The power scaling was atrocious. Like, you had 1 minute Thanos is putting hands on the Hulk. He just already whooped Thor. He's just putting hands on the Hulk. At the end of the movie, you got Captain America sitting here grabbing Thanos' hand. He catches it for a few seconds until Thanos knocks him out, but he shouldn't be catching it all. If Thanos beat the Hulk down like he did, and you mean to tell me Captain America can kind of withstand him a little bit? No. That by default, you're telling me that Captain America is a little bit stronger than the Hulk, and I know that's a dang lie. So to me, the power scaling was all over this movie. Like, for example, when Captain America and Black Widow and Falcon came in to save the day against Vision and Scarlet Witch, that scene should have been flipped around. It should have been Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon should have been the ones getting their butt whooped. Scarlet Witch and Vision come in and save the day. That would have made more sense, because it would have showed you that, wow, even the mighty Captain America and Black Widow can't hang with these guys. So to me, it would have made a little bit more sense, in my opinion. Also, with the gauntlet, with Thor throwing Stormbreaker through a freaking Infinity Gauntlet blast and it just going right through it and shedding his chest in, to me that didn't really make any sense neither, because I'm like, okay, I know Stormbreaker is OP, but you mean to tell me an Infinity Gauntlet blast, it goes through all of that and pierces Thanos' chest in? I'm not buying it. So to me, the power scaling throughout this movie, to me, was just, it didn't make any sense at all. Another problem I had with this movie is Thanos and the Power Stone. I hate that they did not show him going over to Nova Corps and bodying Nova Corps for that Power Stone, because honestly, if you did that, that would have led a way for you to introduce the character Nova, who they could have introduced a new character. Because honestly, it would have made sense that Nova would have been maybe at the Nova Corps doing his thing, or maybe chit-chatting or whatever, and all of a sudden, boom, Thanos just shows up and starts laying havoc, and he tries to defend, you know, fight Thanos off or whatever, but of course that's not gonna happen. And then to me, that would have made more sense, the fact that Nova, he's in the space area, maybe he knows the Guardians or whatever, gets word, you know, they're in space or something, and he tracks them down, and then he meets up with the Avengers. So to me, that just would have made a whole lot more sense. I didn't like that they didn't show Thanos going to get the Power Stone from the Nova Corps. I would have liked to see that, you feel me? Another point I did not like about this movie is that, and this is kind of a sort of a, not really a problem, that it's really kind of a real bad problem, but it is a problem. the fact that none of the defenders, like, either you didn't even include one of them as a cameo in here. Like, you claim to have connection between the movies and the TV shows, but you rather speak on it than not show it. You feel me? If you really think and you really telling us that they connected and stuff like that, and this is a one big universe, to me, you should have cameoed Luke Cage maybe walking down the street and him looking up at the sky seeing this unfold. Daredevil, you should have cameoed him in the church looking on TV and seeing how this unfold. You should have cameoed Jessica Jones maybe taking pictures of something and her just seeing how this is unfold. You should have did something to include at least a small cameo of one of the defenders in here, because that would have made a lot of sense that this is Infinity War and this is happening all over the world, instead of having this take place after Infinity War. You know, a certain the Marvel TV shows taking place after or before or whatnot. To me, that's just lazy on their part. Another problem I had with this movie is that Cap and Tony did not share one scene together. Problem for me, because the fact that this is Infinity War and Tony was sitting there looking at Cap number, and Cap, you feel me, I'm assuming he didn't really have any contact on him, but the fact that they didn't share one scene in a movie, which I kind of understood why they did it, because they tried to play it off as they can't beat this, they can't fight this battle alone or something like that. Like, nah, bro, they needed to share a scene in this movie. They needed to share a scene in this movie, and I just don't know why they didn't do that. To me, that was a huge problem that they could have avoided by having them share a scene or something, or fighting together. Because to me, it would have been more effective if they fought together and still lost. You feel me? So, another problem I had with this movie was that it heavily relied on its action, and the pacing was not that great. It heavily relied on the action because the story, even though the story is simple, I feel like they could have dived in it a little bit more and made it a little bit more meaningful. But the fact that they relied on the action so much, it just showed in the pacing, like boom, 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 action, 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 you know. And I feel like that hurt the movie, because when you really go back and watch it, it's just like, dang, man, the story is there, but they didn't really dive into it like that. They just relied on the action to carry this movie, you feel me? Which I don't mind. Infinity War has some of the best action in, I would say, all of the Marvel movies, but I feel like relying on the action too heavy can cause a problem with the movie's pacing, which I feel like was very blatant in my opinion. Another problem I had was Thor and Stormbreaker. The Thor and Stormbreaker in this movie contradict Ragnarok, because to me it seemed like the Russos were trying to fix what Taika Waititi effed up on, because in Ragnarok, Thor's dad was like, you know, did I make you the god of hammers? They was basically preaching in that movie that Thor can do his thing without having to use a hammer or whatnot after his hammer got broken. But to me, it would have made more sense if Thor got his hammer broke. He's like, you know what, I can't beat Hela without my hammer or whatnot. But then he learns of a new hammer, not really hammer, but he learns of a new axe or whatever that's, you know, out there somewhere. So maybe he journeys to go get that axe to defeat Hela, and then in Infinity War maybe he fights Thanos with the axe or whatever, but he doesn't know how to use the axe full power or whatnot. So he just has to, he maybe goes to maybe maybe he takes that same journey he took in Infinity War, but he learns how to use the axe's full power. To me, that would have made a little bit more sense in the fact that, because in the comics, I think Thor got Stormbreaker when Ragnarok was happening. So I feel like contradiction there. I feel like that was a problem for me. Anyway, I would have preferred he got the hammer in Ragnarok, you know. But that's Ragnarok being an overrated movie that really got it wrong in terms of accuracy. So another problem I had with this movie is that Black Panther and Captain America screen time. The fact, man, I have it pulled up here, bro. The fact that Captain America only got 6 minutes of screen time in this movie? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm sorry. That irks me, because I have the minutes pulled up here. Star-Lord got more screen time. Vision got more screen time. Scarlet Witch got more screen time. Hulk got more screen time. And Spider-Man got more screen time than Captain freaking America. That is a problem, bro, because Captain America is one of the pillars of the MCU. And to me, what I'm trying to see, Iron Man got 18 minutes. Cap should have got at least 18 minutes. He should have got at least 18 minutes, the same minutes as Iron Man. The fact that Gamora, 19.5, had more screen time than Cap, oh nah, that ain't cutting it. And the fact that Black Panther, which in the trailers they showed they led you on to believe he was going to be a vital part in this war, because maybe the Soul Stone is in Wakanda, which I'll get to that in a minute. The Soul Stone might be there. You know, maybe they go to Black Panther for like protection and help, and to get souped up, and he offers vibranium so he can help them out. But the fact that their screen time was very little, to me, irked me. I did not like that at all. Another problem I had is that Gamora getting to the Soul Stone. Gamora knew where the Soul Stone was the whole time. That was a problem for me. I would have rather the Soul Stone be in Wakanda, because that makes so much sense to why the war and stuff is taking place in Wakanda. That Wakanda is protecting the Soul Stone and whatnot, and they're trying to fight off. They're trying to fight off Thanos and all of that from getting the Soul Stone. You feel me? So to me, that would have put the stakes much more on the line, instead of Gamora being like, "Oh, I know where it is," you know. No, man. To me, that was terrible. I feel like they should have listened to the fans maybe, and took a note from the fans saying the Soul Stone's in Wakanda, and it's in like maybe the Big Panther statue or something. That would have made a lot more sense in my opinion. Also, I didn't like the Hulk not coming out. I know Thanos whooped Hulk up and everything, but to me, I feel like the Hulk should have came out at the end of the movie when they was fighting in Wakanda. When all the creatures was stacking on top of him and he was getting overwhelmed and the suit was failing him or whatever. To me, he should have at that moment got the Hulk to just come out and start going ham, you feel me? Now I know they probably saving it for in the next movie, but it would have made sense, because the Hulk, you can't, I know you can punch the Hulk out, but the fact that the way they did it, where he was like, you know, Hulk, why won't you come out? No, I don't want to come out. To me, that was just bullcrap, because the Hulk responds to fear or anger, or his life in danger. So to me, that would have propelled the Hulk to come out when Bruce was struggling, you feel me, like against the big Black Order dude. The Hulk should have came out, you feel me, the second time they fought in the forest. And the fact that Bruce got rid of him by throwing him up against the force field or whatever, that was whack. But I feel like the Hulk not coming out, I did not like that at all. And also, the last thing I had a problem with was, I didn't really have a problem with it, but it could have been better, was Loki's death. Loki's death, I feel like they shouldn't have dragged it on. As soon as Thanos got the Power Stone from Loki or whatnot, to me, he should have just killed him right there on the spot. He should have just grabbed him, cracked his neck, and been done with it. Or he should have grabbed him, you know, stabbed him or something and been done with it. Because to me, him saying, "I'm Loki, son of blah, 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 blah," and then him pulling out the knife or whatever like that, and you know, basically just dragging it on. I feel like they dragged on Loki's death too long for me, and I feel like it would have been better if he pulled out that knife, you know, tried to save Thor or something. Thanos grabbed Loki, you know, snapped his neck, and then that would have been it. To me, they dragged out Loki's death too long. But yeah, man, that's really my problems with Infinity War. These are the ones I can think of off the top. Like I said, my grade still stands with the movie. I still stand by my grade that I gave it. I think I gave it an A, but I still stand by it. It definitely is a great movie, but these are the problems I had with it. These are definitely problems I had with it, and I feel like Avengers 4, you know, with the Russos, I feel like they kind of bit off more than they can chew, but at the same time, I feel like they was trying to fix a lot of errors that maybe other directors and movies was making. Example with Taika Waititi and Ragnarok, they was trying to fix that with Thor, you feel me? And yeah, man, these are just the problems I had with it coming off the top of my head. I'm sure I had more problems with it, but these are the ones I can think of, you feel me? So, you know, it seems like I was ranting, but I'm not really ranting. I'm just acknowledging the problems that this movie has. Like, if you're a real Marvel fan, you can acknowledge that, okay, this and this is wrong with Infinity War. If you're a fanboy, you're gonna be like, nah, ain't nothing wrong with Infinity War. Infinity War is great, man. It's a flawless movie. Flawless. But nah, not me. I'm being real. These are the problems I had with the movie, and I'm just sharing with y'all the problems I had with it. You feel me? So, leave a like, enjoy this video. Make sure to subscribe. But if you're new, it's your boy RJ, and I'm out.